let me just like pitch you this entire thing. Are you tired when you're walking down the store aisle, or maybe you're on Amazon.com and just like faced with like a massive, endless amount of options? Like, especially when you're just like looking for maybe like the best kind of chocolate bar or something, or maybe you're reaching for those kind of different cereal brands. Your instinct, I don't know about you, but I have a spirit animal of a suburban mom. So I look at the ingredients list constantly.
Yeah.
And with like all the just random stuff that's in the ingredients list, like the hydrogenated oils and all these like chemicals that I don't know how to pronounce, and Red 40 and all those stuff that I have to look out for. Someone should just make a series of a tier list website that just like conglomerates all these commodified products in the grocery store that are just like consumer facing products, and just create blank tierlist.com. And I tested this. Something like chocolatetierlist.com is totally available for you to buy right now. So imagine just like a website in that tier list format with like S tier chocolates, which is like the best of the best that you can freely get across major metropolitan areas. And then you have the A tier list that are just like still good, still pretty good, probably like better than 80% of the chocolate brands out there, but then like not really like the best. So and then you can progressively make these like tier list type of rankings for these different products. Maybe like you manage it with like dedicated blog curator to actively manage this tier list in whether if it's like in blog style or in these SEO style. But something like that, I feel will just get massive traffic. Cause like, I think if you just type the commodified product, but then add tierlist.com, it's almost like, you know how like youtube.com / like whatever music video, sometimes like you can add in yourepeat.com and then it's just like the same video, but like you get to listen to it on repeat. Oh, yeah. You could literally create that kind of website and domain style for like different type of products like chocolates, cereals, maybe pasta sauces, or like canned beans or stuff like that. And just conglomerate just these series of CMS and then actively manage these product ratings. And then I would probably use a combo of like AI by getting these like Reddit reviews. I might not actually be consuming any of these products, but I might just like use a series of mix of Reddit reviews or YouTube and online reviews of these product ratings to just get a general sense of like what is the best product out there, and based on their ingredients list. And then you can probably like easily create these rating rankings with AI, and probably like even more cheaper with DeepSeek now, where you can easily manage these lists and then probably train someone virtually as well to manage these lists. And then once you get enough traffic, maybe like, I don't know, 10,000 monthly active users on just like having that website traffic to actually look at the list, you can then create a decent bit of affiliates and partnerships play where once one of these tier list websites pop off, and then because of one tier list website pops off, you can then create like a navigation system of like, you visited this is chocolatetierlist.com, but on the top navigation, you can say, oh, there's canned beans tierlist.com, cereal tierlist.com, and all these different com kind of databases. You can like use the same traction to get into all the other categories of commodified products. Then like if one website domain pop off, then it essentially gets shared traffic. So then you essentially have these endless amount of like eyeballs for the opportunity to approach any CPG company like a Unilever or like a Nestle to essentially create affiliate partnerships or sponsorship deals. Then I think like the world is pretty much your oyster at that point, because then you're still a third party. You're still creating these fairly unbiased review systems and ranking systems. And then essentially you would just create these individual product pages on where consumers can actually buy these chocolates or cereals. It might not be like S-tier cereals or chocolates, but then like whatever that the consumer deem as like approachable and then readily available, the websites themselves can essentially send traffic to like, I don't know, an Amazon link or like a Walmart link directly to the product for the consumers to then get the online delivery of these products. And then I think like that in itself is essentially what brands typically want to do deals with. Because then whether if it's like sponsored banner ads on the website or like anything that's like not really messing with like how unbiased the reviews are, it's still enough attention for these Unilevers or Kraft Heinz to essentially latch onto.
Interesting. The single product pages with, like not meatloaf, but, like,
corned beef. Spamtierlist.com.
Spam. Yeah, it's really interesting because it's basically just a way, like method to how people decide on what they want to buy, right? And so you're not necessarily eliminating the competition. You're basically kind of putting it in the same place and creating, kind of like these tiers and then allowing people to choose based on what is there, right? And so then you're kind of directing them to the actual, website where they can buy, Amazon.com, Walmart.ca, whatever. And I like this idea. And then it made me think of one of my problems, which is that I'm East African and I grew up there. I came here when I was 6 years old and I went back in 2021. And some of the products there I cannot find on this side of the world. And so I'm thinking like, what if like it's a website where you access like international products in all ranges. So for example, like all the chocolates in the world, like all the chocolates in Japan, in Taiwan, in Tanzania, in Kenya, and then put all of them together in one place. And so then you're able to choose like actually from the best because you know that they're competing all these brands from international brands.
That's actually a really interesting spin-off business that you can create with the tier list website is that you're indirectly an products importer. You're a chocolates or like food importer. That's actually an interesting way to like launch that kind of business as well.
Yeah. So then I'm able to like, go on a website and order something on the other side of the world that, I cannot get here. And then I get it under like a week or so, like 5 days and like they ship it here. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder how that could, that would kind of like, kind of happen in real life. And I would see companies actually wanting that kind of attention because you're basically kind of bringing a lot of people in one place and then you kind of funnel in different directions so that they can buy in other platforms.
I feel like someone can easily make that website for ramen. There are like so many different ramen brands that are available throughout the world. Every country has like their own different versions of ramen, and it's such an approachable food that it's probably going to get enough. It's not just Asian countries, but you can essentially get kind of like ramen around the world, but then like ranked in the tier list, but then also essentially get the attention of your own importing and exporting business to provide D2C shipping to customers. If you have like, you could literally just like keep the product in your home or like in a garage or something like that. But then you could, if you want to make it legit, you can rent out like a warehouse or like a storage space to essentially store these products before you ship them out. Before I thought it was interesting with the affiliates thing, but then I think that is a pretty valid way of launching an import-export business.
Yeah.
Wow. I think that, we breezed through that.